Coming up next at 171 pounds, it's going to be Nick Bonaccorsi versus Blake Stauffer.
Hi, I'm Nick Bonaccorsi. I'm from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. I'm a three-time state place winner, and I'm attending the University of Pittsburgh.
I'm Blake Stauffer. I'm from Neosho High School in Missouri. I wrestle at 171. I'm a three-time finalist, two-time champ. I just want to say hi to my family and coaches back home.
All right, we're going to pick up action in the second period at 171 pounds. We had a scoreless first. It's Nick Bonaccorsi from Pennsylvania taking on Blake Stauffer from Missouri. That's Stauffer on top in the red singlet. Bonaccorsi underneath in the black.
Bonaccorsi, third place in the state of Pennsylvania, widely regarded as the toughest wrestling state in the country. Bonaccorsi headed to wrestle at the University of Pittsburgh next year, and he is brutal from top, as I'm sure we'll see at some point in this match.
And as you said, PA highly regarded as the best wrestling state in the country. And on top of that, they're nails on top. They are hammers. They can ride for days. They can turn. The kids are good. Blake Stauffer, though, a stud himself out of Missouri, I believe a three-timer. And we're tangled up a little bit here. Bonaccorsi still with control. He's on top. That riding time continuing to climb, hanging onto that ankle. But it looks like Bonaccorsi is going to circle around, and he's very close. Creating the scramble is, Stauffer. But it's not enough. Bonaccorsi is going to get the reversal here in the second period. Right as that riding time was almost to a minute, you see it start to go downward now as it's scoring for Bonaccorsi.
And we're going to see Bonaccorsi really go to work here. This is where he makes his money. In his quarterfinal match, he put up over 4.5 minutes of riding time. The match is only 6 minutes long.
Super impressive there. Bonaccorsi on top. Look at that. As we're talking about riding, he's got Blake Stauffer on his belly, flattened out. That's where you want to be on top. He's riding the wrist on the inside. Loses it, but still just going to work.
And that's the difference between Pennsylvania wrestling and the rest of the country is this is a position they really excel in. We've talked about that's the biggest difference between high school and college wrestling. It's why you see a lot of Pennsylvania guys successful at the next level, because this is something they've been really well schooled in.
Absolutely. And the referees in Pennsylvania understand the sport well enough to let the kids ride on top and not be constantly hitting with stalling like some of the other states.
Bonaccorsi has that bar really deep, know where Stauffer is going to go right now. So he's going to ride out the rest of the period after the reversal and has a comfortable looking 2-0 lead.
That's a good point. It's a comfortable looking lead because he's going to be on top again probably. Yep, Stauffer's going to choose bottom right where he wants to be. This is his bread and butter.
Bonaccorsi, I think, hopes kids choose bottom on him.
Normally you have the advantageous, big word, position when you're on bottom, but maybe not so in this case, as that riding time, as you see now, is scoring upward for green. Bonaccorsi is going to be looking to get that up to a minute, and if he can have that at the minute mark when the match ends, he'll get an extra point.
Certainly Stauffer has shown no signs of being able to get it underneath him, and frankly, no one really has this whole tournament. Bonaccorsi has gotten this far because he's just dominated from this position.
He's got the tight waist. He's got forward pressure. You see him constantly pushing off of his toes, driving his opponent forward, making it seem like impossible to get up. Look at that. Stauffer's face is down on the mat. Bonaccorsi, just a tough ride here. Now, sometimes you do have to get off to the side or the referees might call stalling, but Bonaccorsi continuing to work.
Because he's not just hanging out on top. He's actively trying to score using arm bars, trying to run a little half Nelson.
As you say that, he sinks an arm bar in on the left side. Now, he can do one of two things. He can try to cut across to the right side and run a tilt, or he can come back to the left and circle around the head, your traditional arm bar, and try to run it. Either way, he's up over a minute now with riding time. We got 49 seconds left in the match, and Bonaccorsi shows no signs of slowing down or going anywhere but top.
And I think if you're the Pittsburgh coaches, you're salivating at potentially getting this kid in the room.
Absolutely. Speaking of Pittsburgh coaches, on the top right of your screen, that's Matt Coker, one of the University of Pittsburgh coaches, also the club coach for where Bonaccorsi wrestles.
Bonaccorsi, a Pittsburgh wrestling club. They brought a bunch of guys to this tournament, I believe placed 5, so a nice showing from, I think brought 6 and placed 5, so not a bad showing from those guys.
Very impressive showing by Pitt. I mean, 19 seconds to go, riding time locked up, so that's really a 3-0 lead right now for Bonaccorsi of PA over Stauffer, Missouri. And Stauffer having a tough time. In the state of Missouri, Bonaccorsi would have been hit 3 or 4 times for stalling on top. a call that I don't agree with, but that hurts the Missouri kids as they don't have the ability to be as good on bottom. And a late escape by Stauffer is not going to be enough. 2 minutes and 6 seconds or any time. Tack on another point. Nick Bonaccorsi, your winner, and Flonationals champ by a score of 3-1 over Blake Stauffer, Missouri. Congratulations to Nick Bonaccorsi of Pennsylvania, your champion. We'll be back right after this on Fox College Sports.